What is up, boys and girls? I am out again on the snowshoes. Donner Peak Summit. Right near where the Donner Party ended up getting stranded and then having to cannibalize themselves for basic survival. I am right below one of the most famous spots to go rock climbing. This wall in the summertime, just hundreds of climbers, really from all over the country. People come here to climb. It's a really special spot. The road is actually right over there, so super accessible. If you ever want to go rock climbing, highly recommend coming to Donner Summit. I'm slowly just making my way up between the rock walls. I'm trying to get through that little hole right there. The snow isn't too deep, but it's really like slidey. So one wrong footstep and I'm gonna slide down this really steep embankment. The great thing about snowshoes is really all the spikes. You can just dig them in really hard into snow, ice, whatever it is. Oh, man, this is cool. Covin's having a little bit more of a problem, but she should be able to follow my tracks. Oh, look at this on the ice. Crazy dog. Woo! How cool is this though? This is one way to start out today's hike. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Coyote and I go around mostly California trying to film cool spots, share a message, which is generally about me picking up people on Uber and sharing the crazy things that multi millionaires tell me while on the road in my car. I also tend to climb up high mountain peaks looking for good views around the mountains. Also looking at cliffs. Which is a big one, so I'm not getting any closer than this. This area is really famous for the Donner Pass tunnels. The trains used to come back or come through the mountainside, the Sierras, generally from San Francisco all the way across the country. But this was the first hurdle that the engineers had to get through, making about 6 of these tunnels, starting kind of right at the top of Donner Summit and then just going straight through this mountainside. Nowadays they go around this mountain peak a bit, but back then I think they just wanted the straightest shot right through Donner Summit and then going into the town of Truckee, which was a mining and lumber town. Mining for gold, that is. And then lumber for all the silver mines in Nevada and the gold mines in California. Hence the name Golden State for California, because there's gold. And then the Silver State for Nevada, because there was silver. These tunnels were predominantly built by the Chinese Abraham Lincoln actually brought him over to build these tunnels. At the time, a lot of Tahoe was controlled by the mafia. And you can imagine that when they were done building the tunnels, the mafia, instead of paying them, invited them out on a cruise on Lake Tahoe. So they went out to the middle and gave them the cement boots burial, basically. And this was back in the early 1900s, I believe, or late 1800s. And those bodies of the Chinese workers are still on the bottom of Lake Tahoe, almost perfectly preserved because of the depth and the cold near the bottom of Lake Tahoe at 1,645 feet. But we're not here to talk about history. We're here today to get up the side of this mountain right here. We're making pretty good headway. The tunnels are down there. Snowshoeing is not the fastest sport in the world. I don't know if it's really a sport, but when you're going up stuff like this, it gets pretty intense. The cameras I'm using today are the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 and then the Insta360 X5. Not sponsored, bought with my own money. But if Insta360 wants to send me a camera, I would not be disappointed, because what I've seen from them so far is exceptional video quality that my viewers have come to appreciate and love almost as much as the commentary from their incredibly handsome host, myself, of course. And yes, that is my gear. I do have a drone, but because I get drone effects with the Insta360 X5 360 camera, I found that I don't really need it. And thus making my pack a little bit lighter for these epic through hikes that last about 2 hours. Look at this view. I apologize that it's not really that great. I mean, there's better ones. When I went to San Francisco, it was nice just having that more people everywhere around me, and also just knowing that my car is 100% safe because I've stripped everything out of it. And sometimes I just put my hands on some concrete like this, like how I'm putting on snow. But I find with concrete, it helps me just ground myself a lot more to the planet and the spirit of things. This is just kind of like a ho-hum, and I need to get back to the cities soon to recharge my batteries from all of this like nature and being in an area where humans aren't meant to be. Supposed to be in an office, I think, with a chair. That's more of a natural anatomical state, is hunched over a desk looking into a computer screen. I think that's what God had intended for us, at least. I think AI will take over though, which probably won't really be much of a change from the robots we have in society at the moment. Today's video is sponsored by, hold on a minute. Coyote Incorporated. Oh, how many pelts do you need? We don't really have that many, but I would say we do have some nicely aged ones. Yeah, Barbara, she's 84. She make a great pelt, and she's had a full life already. Oh, and a discount? Yeah, Bob. Bob's a really dark fox, and he's not as valuable, so we can get rid of him too. Oh no, it's dark brown to black. Yeah, you'll get a really big discount. Thank you. Talk soon. Sorry about that, I just had to take care of some business. Some of you may ask, why are you out in the wilderness so much, snowshoeing around? Well, the answer is, I just have to patrol all these lands because we've heard that there's some illegal bobcats in the area, and we gotta get them out. This is all coyote land, Unless, of course, you have the proper documentation to enter coyote land, we're gonna have to detain and deport off of these mountains. This snow is very sacred to only coyote legs. And that is why I tirelessly scour the lands around Tahoe for the moment, and in California in general, looking everywhere for these illegals from bears, bobcats, mountain lions, foxes, rabbits. The rabbits are okay. Roger's a really good friend of mine. Here is super steep. Without the spikes under the snowshoes, no way you could walk up this. You gotta have like the major spiked snowshoes to get this. But it's cool because you can really just clamp those things down. Though, I don't really need them. They're kind of just optional for me because I'm just so experienced at mountaineering. Brava. Come on. Now this here is a little steep. It's just kind of like slightly, like 30% grade. No big deal with sharp rocks below me. This is like a kindergarten hike. Oh. They should make a Disneyland here for all the kiddos and Mickey Mouse. Definitely a Mickey Mouse hike. There's probably a much safer, easier way to do this, which I know there is, but that doesn't create cinematic shots. Now does it? I wonder how my stock portfolio has been doing. Hopefully it's been growing my millions into billions. I gotta get back soon to check it. Wasting time out here climbing around. This isn't even exciting. This is definitely like a cavern underneath in the middle. Can't walk in the middle of this. Wasn't too bad. Not too shabby. Oh man. And that's it for Donner Peak. I think we're gonna continue to these mountains over here. Check out that peak. So you can just see behind me the vast wilderness and then Donner Peak down there. We've come up so far and we're so deep into the wilderness. That one mistake and it's life ending. Probably only a select few have ever made it up this far before. The fuck? Is that a chairlift? Hey Grok, edit the chairlift out and make it more backcountry. Just up there is Mount Judah. That's one of the tallest points of the Donner Summit area. And then down here we have Sugar Bowl, but look at this terrain. I mean, most of the mountain really can't be open. This is like really sad that there's just no snow up here. Terrible. Kava, I'm done for. Go get help. Go get help. Go. I'm done for. No. Polar bear, get him. No, don't. You get black bear? No. I'd rather die. It's all over. Fine. It's gonna be a journey of 1,000 miles back. At least 3. And now it's basically a 3-mile downhill jaunt. No one's probably ever come here before. Except for this person. It's backcountry skiing, of course. Woo! The snow right here is so good. Man, light, fluffy. You sink down a little bit too much on snowshoes, but boy, if you were backcountrying, you would be living it up. It's kind of like wind blown a little bit all the way down. And look at some of these trees. Like this dead tree. It's like it's been made into stone from the weather up here. It's just cool to see all these. I mean, like, the scenery is always changing with the weather somewhat. And so every time it's kind of like a new adventure in a way. And it must be really windy because it's always smooth snow. There's got to be more people than just me and a few backcountry skiers coming here. This is a good view of Donner Pass Road here. We just gotta drop basically straight down, but the rock climbing wall, it's called the Watershed, and so we gotta go around it this way and then cut back. There's no straight shot back to the parking lot when you're up here. You're always circumnavigating some kind of a cliff. Well, we're almost back down. This was a cool chute that we just came down. Pretty steep and slippery, but the parking lot's right down there straight ahead. So I figured this would be the most direct way down. There's a couple crevasses because I'm going through what I think underneath me is a stream. So yeah, like right here. Right here, it's like ice and then just water flowing right through. Probably like ice tunnels getting down. It's cool. You wouldn't want to fall on it though. And we might as well take the same tunnel back to the car. I think it's going to be a little harder going down actually than up it. Not off to a good start. This is really crazy. This rock must have just toppled over and made like this tunnel going through. Check out this ice. This is a little frightening here. Easy does it. I guess that's it for today. I'm not quite out of the woods 100% yet, but I basically am. Just one more really little steep section here to get down. I just don't want to fall because there are some rocks below me. But now, pretty much in the clear. If you like this type of content, maybe hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Videos are typically coming out every day. And with that, I hope you have a great rest of your day and thank you for watching.